Hello friends, welcome once again to a Enough Goodwill Online Maths. In this video, I'm going to present to you one of the best topics in mathematics, which is change of subject formula. What then is a formula? A formula is just an equation in which letters or variable represents quantity. And you know that in our day-to-day activities in life, such as in our business areas, in our working places, we make use of formulas. And there must be a situation that will necessitate us to find or to rearrange that formula so that it will suit a definite task we are doing. So that particular situation that will cause us to do that result to what we call in mathematics change of subject formula. So in change of subject formula, we make use of basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, squares and square root, and so on. So let's consider this first example that my y is equal to mx plus c, that and we are required in this to make our x the subject of the formula in this equation. So to solve this, I have to use my basic arithmetic operation. If you observe this equation, y is equal to mx plus c. So at this point, my x is positioned here. So I'm required to make x the subject of the formula. So if you observe this, they are adding c to here. So for this c to move to the left hand side, I need to subtract this c in the left hand side and in the right hand side. So at this point, you can see that my y minus c is equal to mx plus c minus c. So I have subtracted c from both sides. So you can see that my y minus c is equal to mx. Reason is that c minus c is 0. So at this point, if you observe this equation now, this my x is being multiplied by a coefficient of what? This my x is being multiplied by m. So I can divide both sides by m so that I can be able to know actually the value of my x. So if m divide, I'm left that my x now is equal to y minus c all over m. So therefore, I have made my x the subject of this what? Formula. So whatever is the value of x is solely dependent on the values of y, c, and m. So x now is equal to y minus c all over m. Let them consider the second equation that my t is equals to 2 pi square root of h squared plus k squared all over gh. And I'm told to make g the subject formula to this equation. If you observe this equation here is being this square root is being multiplied by 2 pi. So for me to be able to make g the subject of the formula, I can first divide through by what? 2 pi. So that this 2 pi can go to the left hand side. So I have that my t over 2 pi is equal to 2 pi square root of h squared plus k squared all over gh divided by 2 pi. So at this point, you can see that this 2 pi can cancel out this 2 pi. I'm left with t over 2 pi equal to square root of. I'm left with t over 2 pi equal to square root of h squared plus k squared all over gh. So at this point, you can observe this equation well. So for me to remove this square root, I have to square both sides. So on squaring both sides, this square root will be able to cancel this. Since this square root is like raising to power of half, when you multiply by 2, you are having the whole side, which is h squared plus k squared all over gh. So at this point, you can see that I have that, let's open up this bracket. I have that my t squared all over 2 pi squared is equal to now h squared plus k squared all over gh. So at this point, you can see I have this equation like this. Then you can see well that my t squared all over, if this square root enters this bracket, I have 2 squared pi squared is equal to h squared plus k squared all over g h. At this point, I have to cross and multiply. Once I cross and multiply, I can see that I have t squared g h is equal to 2 squared pi squared into h squared plus k squared. If you observe this well, you can see that I have, for me to be able to make this g the subject formula, I have to divide it by what? The coefficient of what? G, which is what? T squared and what? H. Then I divide through by t squared h. So the t squared will cancel out t squared, h will cancel out h. I'm left that my g is equal to, you know that 2 raised power 2, based on the knowledge I've taught you in my indices, you can see that 2 raised power 2 is 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So I have 4 pi squared into h squared plus k squared all over t squared h. So therefore, you can see that my g is equal to 4 pi squared h squared plus k squared all over t squared h. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Please do not fail to subscribe to my channel, A Seminar of Goodwill Online Maths, and follow me on Facebook, A Seminar of Goodwill Online Maths, so that you'll be notified once another video is out. You can also share it to kids out there that are having mathematics phobia, so that we can, at our strength, eliminate mathematics phobia. Thank you and have a